Declan LeSean making his way to the blue corner here today for our first bout at Colorado Combat Club 30. This first bout today is brought to you by Life Lab. It is contracted at 145 pounds. This is going to be the art of eight limbs in a Muay Thai bout. I'm Jordan Kurtz here on the desk along with Dylan Ruane and the PFL and soon to be bare knuckle fighting championship veteran, the Big Ins, Josh Fremd. Guys, I'm thrilled to be here at the Stampede calling another great set of fights that are going to be happening for us today for the fight fans. Thank you both for joining us along.
Man, I am excited to be back here, Jordan.
Absolutely, Josh. We've called a lot of fights here together, but we had the chance to welcome Dylan to the broadcast call today.
Yeah, Dylan, it's gonna be a fun time. How do you feel about being here?
I feel good. These are the best seats in the house, am I right?
That
So
they are.
you get to
Certainly,
see the best fights up close, and there's a lot of talent on this card, so I'm excited.
guys. We have 10 scheduled bouts on the day for you. This is our one lone Muay Thai bout on the day, or excuse me, I believe we might have one more kickboxing bout, but we'll get to that more. And now making his way to the red corner, also making his debut today, representing Azteca Boxing, coming from Northern Colorado, we have Elian Carrillo. Nothing like a little bit of art of eight limbs to start off the day here, boys. Gotta love seeing a pure striking affair just to get the crowd going, get the people on their feet and start things off here for Colorado Combat Club 30.
People want to see hands thrown, legs thrown. This is a great way to start the night off.
No takedowns, baby. No takedowns.
Poster, well, hey, you never know, Dylan. You never know, especially in
With
these early rounds.
amateurs, yeah.
Because the thing is, I'd be lying to you if we told you that we haven't seen otherwise.
Totally, yo.
Because everyone thinks it's one thing on the outside, but once you get in there and you actually get punched in the face and you have that adversity in front of you, it's just human nature to grab something that's in front of you. So, it's always exciting to see amateurs either making their debut or just still being raw and new. And just at a local level, it's great to see it.
I think debuts are some of my favorite fights because you really get to see how new people deal with the fight nerves.
Yes, it's very pure.
Yeah, and chaotic. Some crazy stuff happens in debuts.
It's kind of that old Mike Tyson saying, right? Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth, and then it
Oh,
just kind
yes.
of goes whichever way it does at that
Out the
point.
window, man.
And then sometimes it, you see a little bit more of what then actually went on through some of the preparation, right? Because as you start to revert to those base or primal instincts when you're in that fight or flight mode, maybe you went through a bit of an adrenaline dump, maybe you got cracked, but what do you have that you've put in work through the training room time and time again to where when you need to go on autopilot, what does your autopilot do?
Yeah, we get to see people's instincts take over.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, your opening bout is a Muay Thai bout. It is out of the featherweight division. It is brought to you by Life Lab. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at already 146 pounds on the dot. He is making his Muay Thai debut. He represents First Jiu Jitsu and Unbreakable. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Declan LeSean! And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He is also making his Muay Thai debut. He weighed in at already 144.6 pounds. He represents Azteca Boxing, all the way from Greeley, Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Elian Carrillo. Third man in the cage, Mr. Oscar Martinez.
Gentlemen, you have your final instructions. Protect yourself outside. Obey my commands at all times. That's your comment.
Well,
Third man in the
gentlemen,
cage kicking us off the day today is the golden standard of officiating in the state of Colorado, Mr. Oscar Martinez. Quick touch of the gloves to start it off. Got an open stance working right away.
those gentlemen look calm, especially for a debut.
Definitely.
Leg
Inside
kick.
leg kick from Carrillo.
response. He's really chewing up that inside leg kick.
Yeah, the one thing I would like to see a little bit from Carrillo though is using a little bit more of a blend to set up those kicks, put some hands in front of it, just so that that doesn't become so rhythmically timed.
100%. Put a jab in front of that, absolutely.
Fastest knockout that
Nice
we've had in
teep.
Colorado Combat Club history was off of a naked leg kick. So just speaks for it. One that counter is just fatal sometimes.
Oh, dude. There's nothing like getting kicked in the inside of the leg. Can't really condition that.
No, it's a rough go for sure.
I really am enjoying the patience of these guys, especially for a debut. They're both really relaxed in this.
Very measured so far between these two guys right away off the rip. I mean, a lot of collected energy. You're not seeing them go into a frantic brawl sort of pace so far.
Mhm.
But I think that also speaks to the preparation, that they've done a lot of work in camp to not just have to revert to brawling right away.
Totally. Yeah, they got some high level coaches. Unbreakable with Adam Hill and then AJ out of Azteca. There's some high level coaches, so these are some highly trained dudes in there right now.
Certainly, and that is through one round of action.
Just like we've talked about at extent here, Jordan, these guys are very new debutantes. And like both of you are saying, they are very calm, very skilled. These look like guys who have started at a very young age and are finally making their debuts, but both gentlemen look very crisp, very sharp.
Josh, in your experience, what can Elian maybe do a little bit better to set up those leg kicks? Because he's had some effectiveness so far, but you know as well as I know, the timing is only a matter of one
Time?
shot. Yeah, it's only a matter of time, and it's just one precise shot that changes the entire trajectory
Yeah.
of a fight with a naked leg kick. Talk to us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, you definitely want to throw something in front of the kick so that it's kind of shielding or hiding that kick behind it, because if you're just throwing the naked leg kick, you're going to leave your chin exposed.
Round two, here we go.
Carrillo takes the center right away to start the second round. Inside leg kick met right away by Declan LeSean. Parry punch from LeSean.
Good body kick.
Absolutely. And I think that a lot of times, Dylan, when we see guys that are early on in their career, they get a little bit enamored with headhunting, right? But
Yeah.
these guys have been changing up the level. They've been teeping to the body. They've been both going pretty much open stance the majority of this fight. So working in body kicks when the openings were there. And now we have Declan LeSean starting to find some rhythm.
He's opening
Boxing
up.
combination with a knee that lands itself right to the lower floating rib of Carrillo.
Carrillo looks like he's getting a little faded here in the second.
Carrillo's hurt. That body kick hurt him.
LeSean's putting it on him.
LeSean smells it. LeSean being measured.
Beautiful
Big body
move.
knee. LeSean is finding that knee. Oscar Martinez right on top of the action.
We might
Another knee
call
to the
it.
body from the clinch.
He's looking
Punches
at a
from the
real
clinch.
close.
LeSean is doing damage off of the break and clinching right back into the thick of things.
Ooh, low blow.
Get a shot to the groin.
Standing 8
Vicious
count in
time.
Muay Thai, correct?
There is a standing 8 count. However, I believe this is called time for a knee to the groin.
Got you. Okay. Time to recover for these gentlemen. Let's see what happens. Oh, he
That
felt
kick
that.
to the body, man. He's hurt. Carrillo's hurt.
LeSean trying to put him out for an 8 count.
If I'm Declan, I'm just pouring it on right now. Look at the body of Carrillo. Look how red his core is right now. He's trying to swing his way through it. He's trying to breathe it out. But man, that teep from LeSean is finding its way right there above the belt line.
I loved how LeSean didn't get reckless there. He didn't go for the finish and blow his load. He was patient and precise, but I do agree you have to pour it on to a certain degree, but not too much to where you get caught.
Absolutely. Josh, what did you see from Declan in that round?
Declan was sharp. He was landing straight down the pipe. What I'm interested to see this round coming out for Declan is if he's going to go body, head. You know what I'm saying? Those teeps were landing, those body kicks were landing. You can see the arms of his opponent coming down. It would be in his best interest to go body, head.
Naturally, we're not judges, and we're going to say throughout the course of the broadcast today that we're
Yes.
glad that we're not the ones who has that piece of pencil or that piece of paper and the pencil in our hands. But this is likely a 1919 affair so far.
I would see it that way, yeah.
Both guys, I feel like, need to go out there and put a stamp on it in this third round.
You always see the most heart come out in the third round.
Absolutely. This is it's been a war of attrition so far through two. Who wants it more now that we have this final 120 seconds to decide the last of it?
I'm noticing Carrillo keep his hands a lot lower this round, trying to protect his body.
And maybe that's a tell now from Declan to, maybe throw a question mark kick or throw something that is going to show low, and then end up high.
Totally.
Couple of leg kicks exchanged between the two. I'm a little surprised from the reserve from Declan in this round, but maybe he did get tired at the end, and he just showed a better poker face because now we have Elian Carrillo who's starting to pour it on, and I think he knew that he lost that round, and he has to be able to really get himself back into things now. This round.
Totally. He has to be aware he's behind, especially after that second round. But LeSean has to fight to win, not fight to stay on top, because sometimes that can cost you.
Agreed.
Good break here. Yeah, I'm really impressed with these gentlemen's poker face. Both of them look calm for their debut.
Big couple of right hands though for Carrillo.
Good slip. Looping left.
I mean, Carrillo's going out there and trying to take the fight.
Totally. Heart of a warrior right here.
His strikes, his offense is a lot more labored right now. He's taking big belly breaths, but he's walking forward
Good slip
knowing
from
that, hey, I
LeSean.
have to take action to be able to get my hand raised. Man. We got short time in the round here.
About to see a brawl. Ooh. Good finish for Carrillo.
Man, I think that just the effort, the push forward alone in the third round was enough to get the dub for Carrillo. Again, naturally, we're not judges, but our official scorecard probably gives you a 29-28 in the red corner favor.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm going to mispronounce his last name, but he was pushing the pace in the last round. It looks like he wanted to fight. And at the end of the day, even though if it's a Muay Thai MMA, a fight is a fight. And if you're pushing the pace, putting that effort out there, you should get the head nod on that.
Agreed. We will see what that judge's tally reads out in just a couple of moments here.
One of my coaches said something is that the judges will only remember the first 15 seconds and the last 15 seconds of a round. So it's best to perform your best in the last seconds.
Absolutely. And to a large extent, fighting is pageantry, right? Like it's a performance that's being put on in front of a crowd that is judged by a couple of people per a scoring rubric. So, to a large extent, some of these things, all the theatrics, all of the afterwards when it's a close fight, walking off with your hands raised, using good body language, all of those things matter when it's a close fight, right? So, that's where when we see these things, and it's also a thing of maybe the judges saw things from a different vantage point than we saw. Maybe they didn't have that beautiful view that we did right here from the broadcast desk of seeing all of those clenched knees that were landing. Maybe from their vantage point, maybe it looks like it's hitting a guard. Maybe they don't see it at all in some cases. So that's where at times we see some differentiating scores out there. But the beautiful thing is, we're not on the hook for those scores, gentlemen.
Thank gosh, we just get to witness as fans and watch this sport for the art that it is.
And judges are taking their time with this tally right now. Sometimes that could indicate we might be looking at a split decision.
Yeah, it all comes to round one because round two, LeSean, round three, Carrillo, and round one was pretty up for grabs.
Definitely. Round one was a pretty back and forth affair.
And it's also, what is the experience of the judges? Because not all MMA judges have, or Muay Thai judges, MMA judges, they haven't done said sport. So their perspective, like you said, Jordan, could be different than what we see.
Correct. Lots of variables, certainly a lot of moving parts out there when it comes to the scoring system. We will see what that comes to in just a moment.
Either
For
way,
this first bout of the day brought to you by Life Lab.
both gentlemen won. They put their hearts out on the line. They had the courage to step in there. So respect to both of them.
Certainly. And it looks like we have that tally in hand. Let's see. Go to our official ruling in just a moment for Aaron Brown.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for these two warriors right here. My God. I want another round. All right, guys, your judges have reached a split decision. Judge number one scores about 29-28, Carrillo. Judge number two scores about 29-28, LeSean. Judge number three scores about 29-28, declaring your winner via split decision. And fighting out of the red corner, Elian Carrillo.
And congratulations to Elian Carrillo of Azteca Boxing picking up the victory here today by split decision in the first fight of Colorado Combat Club 30.